Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good?
Yeah.
Don't it feel good?
Hey, now we're gonna drop the beat, and the harmony sounded so sweet. Oh, oh. Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good?
Anytime life is getting you down, hum a little tune and turn it all around. You'll end up smiling. I know that you would.
You know you
Hey, yeah, don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel
Yeah, it feels good.
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel
All you do is sing.
Na 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 na.
Feels so good.
Na 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 na.
Listen to me. If you got a friend you know is feeling down, I hope this tune can turn it all around. Spread a little love, don't you think that you should?
You know you should.
And don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel
So good.
feel good?
There's something in the air tonight. It's taking over and hitting just right. Oh, oh, oh. Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel
So good.
feel
Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel
Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel good?
Don't it feel
Everybody sing.
na 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 na
Hey, sing along.
na 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 na
Sing a simple song.
na 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 na
Don't it feel
na 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 na
Don't it feel
If you're carrying something, some heavy load across your back, we don't have to talk it over. Just let me lend my shoulder to the task. Oh, let me lend my shoulder to the task. If loneliness comes creeping up behind you, takes you by the hand and comforts close, to lead you to some unfamiliar hilltop. Let me point your feet back to the road. Oh, let me point your feet back to the road. If a crowd is getting restless, too many of them know your name, and you're no longer sure what they're asking you for. Let me come and spirit you away. Oh, let me come and spirit you away. I've seen you, babe, when you were wild. I've seen you, babe, when you were free. I've seen you calling till the morning, brandishing your sharp edge revelry. I've seen you, babe, when you were tired, when you were almost beaten down. I've seen you poised to tumble over, but I've never seen you on the ground. Oh no, I've never seen you on the ground. So if you're carrying something,
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. let's play together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Good to see all of you. I'm Reverend Tracy and delighted to welcome you this morning, saying hello to everybody in the room, and everybody wave to the people online. Lots of folks that are there every week, and then a few that watch us during the month. So we're delighted to have all of you together, because we know that in spirit, in consciousness, there is only one place, and we are a community of love and support meeting in that one place on purpose, not just because we plan to be here, but because we live with purpose. And it is here we come to remember what that purpose is, to love each other, to be loved, and to expand our experience of life. And isn't that a wonderful thing? So this morning, our practitioner on platform is actually our Reverend Dracduella. You may or may not know that ministers are also considered practitioners in Science of Mind, so he gets to wear both titles now. And for music today, we welcome back the Jacksons. One Sunday a month, our musicians are volunteers, and this is that Sunday. So the Jacksons have their We Love You jar out in front here. So if you feel so moved to support them financially, this would be a good way to do it. And what I know about their music is that it doesn't matter what the topic is. Do you know half the time they call me and say, "What are you talking about this Sunday?" That's like on Tuesday. And I tell them. And then on Sunday, they write a new song. So whatever you sing today, we're just so excited to have you, and it's always a pleasure to hear your music today. So let's get started. We'll begin by centering ourselves. So I'm going to invite you to turn off your phones if you haven't already, and to clear your laps and clear your minds. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, and let the sound of the bowl take you within. For there is that place within us which is a sanctuary of peace, of calm, of joy. And it is in this place that we remember that you and I in spirit are all one.
So we all collectively take a deep breath and feel ourselves revitalized where we are seated, knowing that the vitality that runs through us, that this divine strand of all life, is most animated when it feels joy, our joy, and that joy is when we are the happiest. It's said that joy is the highest vibration there is. And play is what brings that joy into us so eloquently and moves through us so well. We know that our truth, that the essence of who we are, that part of us that is the most pure, is like a child. And that when that child plays, its joy is greatest. So we all know together that we are that joy, and that we have all come here today to acknowledge the joy of our playfulness, to celebrate that, to revisit that, to remind ourselves that that is the truth of who we are. And so it is. So I got this off of one of my favorite sites. It's a site that Reverend Tracy told me about that Scott Aubrey put together. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this man. He's a retired New Thought minister, a really neat man. And he posts a lot of things that you can read on his site. And this one's called Playfully One. And it's an excerpt from one of his sermons, and I just loved it. I thought, oh, I like this. I have to read this today. So he starts out with, Remember when Alan Shepard hit a golf ball on the moon? I always wondered if that stunt was a calculated move on the part of NASA to put some humor in their program. Or was it just Shepard's playfulness and his passion for golf? His chance in a lifetime to drive a golf ball that far. His words, I still laugh when it is, his words are broadcast back to Earth. It's sailing for miles and miles and miles. He put the ball in orbit, and in that moment assumed a godlike power. Longchenpa, a Tibetan scholar, said, "Since everything is but an apparition, perfect in being what it is, having nothing to do with good or bad, acceptance or rejection, one may well burst out in laughter." Play is something that unites adults and kids, opposite sexes and the same, different races and even humans and animals. Have you ever played with an animal? Dog, horse, dolphin, and I would like to add bird, cat, and felt that your playfulness was gracefully deepening the act of communication? From the divine play of the universe, which the Hindus call Lila, to the innocent play of child and puppy, play is something wonderfully free and aimless, the spark that adds much to life. Plato said, "Life must be lived as play, playing games, singing and dancing and laughing, and then one will soothe the gods." Whether we're playing a formal game or just frolicking with another person or a pet, we might remember that, from a cosmic point of view, we are all players in the game of life. The playing field is our awareness and the physical universe. The aim of the game can be thought of as our highest purpose, to be in joy, to lighten up, awaken to our true identity, raise our awareness of God in all things, to love deeply, to be of service. We are one with Spirit, and I am sure that God plays with us, I am, laughs with us, and delights in our own dancing and games. Playfulness, whether it is a playfulness we see at the beach, on the playing field, or as musicians playing their instruments, is in the spirit of the 6th century St. Gregory when he said, "For God on high plays, stirring the whole cosmos back and forth into shapes of every kind." So I would invite the Jacksons to come up and play for us and with us.
Thank you, Drac. That was perfect. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be back here with you. We do have a new song to share with you this morning. This first song that we have for you is called "Where Joy Lives." As I align with divinity in me, it opens doors that allow me to see all of the good that's available to me. This is where joy lives. When I come from that place, I see God's light shine. It's the rhythm of my soul, and it helps me to align. Aligning with joy leads to paradise, and it opens the door to my life. To live in faith and follow your heart, the perfect place for me to start, to show your love and live in grace. This is where joy lives. When I come from that place, I see God's light shine. It's the rhythm of my soul, and it helps me to align. Aligning with joy leads to paradise, and it opens the door to my life. As I align with divinity in me, it opens doors that allow me to see all of the good that's available to me. This is where joy lives. This is where joy lives. This is where joy lives. Thank you.
Fabulous, just fabulous. Thank you so much. So this morning, we're lighting our candle for Memorial Day. And taking a moment to remember our veterans, those who lost their lives in battle. And I want to quote a little bit from my nephew, Sam. Sam turned 18 this year. He's graduating high school in a few weeks. And he's in a small town in a small school, and they do a senior project. And so his senior project was to put together a concert band for Veterans Day. So he not only got all the school musicians, the middle school and high school musicians, to participate, he went out and found all the graduates in the community, some of whom haven't picked up their instruments in like 30 years, and convinced them that they wanted to play in this orchestra, which they did because it's Sam. And Sam has been called the mayor of the school since he was like in kindergarten. So he did this fabulous project. And the Veterans Day concert was very successful. He raised a lot of money for vets. And the members of the Chateauguay American Legion were so impressed with his project that they asked him to be the guest speaker at the Memorial Day celebration this weekend, which his father proudly posted on Facebook, so we got to hear it too. And he started off by saying, amid the barbecues and the days off work and school, it's important to remember the reason for this celebration. And since the founding of our country, 1.3 million men and women lived and died by the code they believed in. And 6,000 more vets were lost from the post-war battles within their own minds. And so there is a call to reach out to those who are here and understand that the casualties of war do not just take place on the battlefield. He said a little further on in his talk, I can't fully thank the men and women who sacrificed so much, but I can be thankful for the nation we live in. We can appreciate the common joys that they gave us. Even on this somber day, we can be appreciative of the imperfect world we live in today. And what touched me the most was not just the sentiment. I mean, we all have an understanding of some sort. We all have vets in our lives. We know the impact that war has on communities, on individuals, on people. But he's 18 years old, a somewhat sheltered life in a small town, and he is extremely articulate and very worldly in his outlook, and he's getting ready to head off to college. And of course, all of us in the family are like, yay, Sam! But it's his heart. It's his heart that already understands that we are all interconnected and we are here to love and support and honor each other, not just today, but always. So thank you, Sam Briault, for that. Which seems like quite a juxtaposition with my talk title, which is Playtime. And the question that comes to mind, of course, is how can it possibly be playtime when there's so much work to do in the world? There's so much work. You know, there's war in the world, there's a call to activism, and we have responsibilities as adults. We have things that we personally have to take care of and that our communities need to do, and we should be studying the voters' guides, and there's just like thing upon thing upon thing upon thing. It's really easy for us to feel our energy go down as the list gets longer. And I think what makes the difference is to remember, first of all, that yes, life is all that, especially in the human perception. It is conflict and discovery, and it is struggle and healing, and it is a back and forth, a dance between our higher selves and our very not so high selves. But what's important is to remember we are all of that responsibility or work and more. We are greater than our fears. We are greater than our doubts, the roles that we play. We're even greater than our successes. We are always unfolding and expanding as part of life, and it is the energy of that becoming that gives us the tools and the energy and the wherewithal to look at the problems, the issues, the struggles, and to creatively come up with solutions or ways forward or new ways to love and support each other. It's in remembering our spiritual nature that we better navigate the world. Thich Nhat Hanh says spirituality is not a religion, it's a path for us to generate happiness, understanding, and love so we can live deeply each moment of our lives. Having a spiritual dimension in our lives doesn't mean escaping life or dwelling in a place of bliss outside this world, but discovering ways to handle life's difficulties and generate peace, joy, and happiness right where we are on this beautiful planet. This month, our theme is spiritual living, and it's about understanding this sort of abstract idea of the greater thing that we are, the greater energy and essence of life that we are, and translating that into how we live with each other, how we live on the planet, how we sustain and nourish ourselves and those that we hold dear. The word play has a lot of different meanings beyond amusing ourselves, which is the first one. It also means to tend to take care of, to cultivate. It also has a meaning in mechanics. My dad used to say this about a new car: there's a lot of play in the steering wheel, meaning that there's a lot of unimpeded movement, free movement, liberty, room for action. And when you take all of that together, you begin to understand that being playful has a place in our lives because it too is spiritual. Because we too are called to be in balance. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, says we're meant to live a life of joy and abundance. That's just the way it works. And whatever gets in the way of that is of our own making. We have the ability to live differently. So Stuart Brown is the founder of the National Institute for Play. When I retire, I'm going to go work for the National Institute for Play. You are all welcome to join me. He writes, his research on play demonstrates a strong correlation between success and play and indicates that play is essential for the development of social as well as problem-solving skills. You all know people who don't know how to play who are not the people you want to invite to your parties. They stand there like little sticks and are either extremely dry or extremely shy or grumpy. And who wants to be around grumpy? He didn't say that, I said that. Play, it seems, is important for the cultivation of joy. It's a critical fact that the opposite of play is not work, it's depression. The opposite of play is not work, it's depression. Respecting our biologically programmed need for play can transform work, and it transforms life. It can bring back excitement and newness, And play helps us deal with difficulties, provides a sense of expansiveness, promotes the mastery of our craft, and is an essential part of the creative process. It's an essential part of the creative process. What does Science of Mind teach? But that life is the process of creation, in and through and around and as us. And what we also teach is that life is a balance. That the attributes we say are spiritual are things like balance and flow and joy and peace and beauty and abundance. But if we look at things like balance and flow, then we know that life is not weighted towards the difficult versus the easy, that it's meant to flow easily. That where there is death, there is also life. That what seem to be polarities are simply two ends of the same stick, meant to coexist, meant to remain in balance, as are we. Psychologist Victor Shaman says play is a sacred act. When we're playing, the essence of all creation flows freely through us. We are expressing our true nature and connecting with the very core of our existence, and nothing is more spiritual than that. To call something sacred is to say that it is holy. And the word holy is the same root as the word wholeness. It's the same root as the word healing. We all covet healing in those areas of our lives where we feel fragmented or where the world seems to be fragmented. We seek wholeness. Healing is the revelation of that wholeness. The wholeness is already there. It's our ignorance, our actions, our beliefs that keep us from living in that state of wholeness, from remembering the greater truth that I am of God and so are you. That we may look and act differently, and yet we are of the same life essence. So play brings us to a place where we get more centered because we're just being in the moment. When you watch kids play, they're not thinking about next week or what's for dinner or how to get from point A to point B. They're busy creating a little road for the ants to walk down, right? They're in the moment, and that is the place of flow. That is the place where time seems to really not exist because the focus is only here and now. And that in and of itself is healing. Because when you think about the past, it's really easy to get into a spiral of woulda, coulda, shoulda, and how I need to apologize and I've got regrets and what if my life were different? And if you think about the future, it's really easy to go into, oh my God, how am I going to handle that? And what's going to happen now? And how do I make this work? Past and future are all about speculation. The moment is the moment. Feel the chair underneath you right now. That's the moment. That's the now. And in this chair right now, everything is good. We're fine. Life is lovely. It's a great room of people. There's even a room of people out there beyond where we can see. And it's good. So it's important for us to touch base, so to speak, during the course of every day. To take a playful pause from our responsibilities. It helps our mental, our physical, and our spiritual health. Rumi says that we need to eat, drink, dance, and play with passion. He says, who wants to look like a dead fish in this ocean of God? Well, that's clear. Fun and laughter and brilliance are woven into our heart and soul. It's the centering of us in divine play that gives us that new energy, that creates an openness to anything that might happen and to trust that whatever happens is going to be okay. So if you watch a bunch of kids with, let's pretend, whatever they're doing, they're, who knows what. They're, my day it was cowboys and Indians and every other politically incorrect way of being in the world. What else do we play? Ponies, girls played ponies and house and hospital and whatever. But when they play, They just sort of all throw in whatever their version is of whatever they're doing, and everybody else just responds to it, and they just keep going. Except my niece. When my niece was little, she told me what I should say, and then she would say her part, and then she would tell me what I should say again. She's going to be a great leader someday. We do not call her bossy. We know that she's just strong. But here's the thing. We get to be adults, and we forget how to play. We forget how to play because we have all kinds of judgments. We call them reasons. We call them responsibilities. But really, they're all about judgment, because what's really happening here? Playing is silly. I have many more important things to do. I don't have time to play. I've got so much work. I'm so far behind. I have 10,000 emails in my inbox. That's not even really an exaggeration, but it's really a filing cabinet, but that's a different talk. What is it that we say to ourselves when it's time to play? We don't want to look bad. We don't want to be embarrassed. If we go to like a summer picnic with our colleagues for work, or even with our family, and they're playing some form of, supersonic cornhole that you've never played before, you don't want to play because you don't want to look bad. You don't want your cousin to beat you either. Makes for bad family stories. It's true. The other thing is people will do things that they say are fun. It's not fun. Karaoke is not fun. You can't make me. So what is play for us? What is play when we're not willing to dress up in a princess costume and have a tea party? So tell me, what feels like play to you? Anybody? Dancing. Karaoke. That's because you can sing, Mickey. What else? Susie. Dancing in the kitchen. I'm a fan of dancing in the kitchen. Cooking, maybe. What else do we have? Bike ride. Bike ride. What else is play? Watching the birds at our bird feeder. Birds at the bird feeder. Got a couple nods for that one. Maybe music? Just a thought. Music. Playing games? Yeah. Competitive games and non-competitive games. Puzzles. What else? Anything else? Exploring. Excellent. What was that last one? Art. Yeah. Anything that yes.
We had instead of the first day, it's the first, and it's the same date all during the year.
Oh, so you celebrate the 20th every month of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good idea.
When you get our age.
Yes, you can have the month, you can count the months. We did it at the beginning, we can do it at the end. That's fine. Yes, it's excellent. Anything that uses our imagination, right? Anything that, something like tinkering. That's playing for people. If you play around to see how something works, and try this and try that, and maybe you invent something new. Making things. Consciously choosing to create something new. In Drax reading, pets, playing with pets. Now, the thing about playing with pets is you play the way they play. They think chasing a stick is fun. If you throw the stick for me, I am not going to run after it. I don't care that much. They do, though. Or if you play with kids, you play the way they play, right? How many of you have sat in little tiny chairs drinking imaginary cups of tea? Yes, we play with our children. The rest of my list you all said. So there are ways for us to play. And there is a conscious choice not to let our mind get in the way. The part that would say, oh, that's ridiculous, or you can't do that in front of your coworkers, or really, you're going to dress up and go outside in that? Here in our neighborhood where people know us? We can play in a number of ways when we let ourselves, when we remember that break in responsibility, in having to respond a certain way to some imaginary framework that we're living inside. When we can suspend that, there is a freedom that engenders creativity. When you have that play in the steering wheel, you've got room to move without the boundary, without the restriction, without the requirements that we tend to carry around with us all the time. It's about balance, about thinking and feeling and acting in balance. It's very easy to misuse your mind. You know, Science of Mind, we talk a lot about how you think. But we also know that it is the feeling that fuels our creativity. So Jeff Kober, who's my favorite Buddhist blogger, he reminds us that I cannot think my way to happiness. I can't stand there and go, I am happy, I'm happy, I am happy. There are a lot of reasons for me to be happy. This does not make me feel happy. Usually it makes me feel like I'm a failure because I'm not feeling it. So telling yourself things doesn't always work. Here's the thing about thinking. There is planning, there is study, there is training. The mind plays a part, and sometimes to a very great degree. Preparation is essential for the success of the endeavor. But there comes that jumping off point when further speculation can only take you out of the moment, the only place where success can happen. In the present moment, we are not identified with our thinking, but rather with flow, with pattern, with our movement through space, our relationship to the things and people around us. We are the ever-changing response to the moment. We are magnificent creatures with the ability to just be, to live fully, to create, to experience joy beyond what we can even imagine by stepping out of the misuse of the mind. Again and again and again, we train ourselves to be. And then life becomes fun. Then life becomes fun. It doesn't detract from what we're here to do or our purpose in life or the activism we choose or the roles that we fill or the jobs that we take on. But it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be fun if we are in a place of openness. Laughter gets us there. Movement gets us there. Being around fun people gets us there. Stepping away from negative situations gets us there, to that place of being in the moment, being fully present, living deeply, living richly, and having fun. It's not either or. No matter what they told you in second grade when they told you it wasn't recess time yet. I had a fourth grade teacher that made everything fun. Who knew multiplication could be fun? Who knew the solar system could be fun? Who knew studying the history of Japan, who cares, could be fun? It was. You know, when you get to make kimonos with potato paint, and then wear that bed sheet in a little dance out on the playground, Japan is fun. Just saying, just saying. So as Sam said, you know, we can have gratitude in this imperfect world. We can be somber and grateful. We can be grieving a loss and celebrating the connections we have. We can be feeling like we're in the dark about whatever our next move is, and we can still light a candle and put the music on and dance with somebody in the kitchen. We are all of these things. We are all of it. So it is the beginning of summer officially, and what do we do during the summer? We have fun. Gentlemen in the back, you have something back there to make it fun for us? Yes, so your call this week is to have some fun. Just throw them out there. Everybody look up high, high into the crowd. There you go. Whoa! There's another one. There we go. Whee! Oh, volleyball, that's good. That works too. All right, so we're going to play this summer, and together we'll take care of all the rest. Namaste. That's it, Marley, that's it. Okay, whatever. Or you can leave him here. We can play with him later, too. Yeah, we're not done. Well, you know, why walk up to the front of the room if you can do it with a beach ball in between your calves? I mean, have you ever watched a little kid walk down the sidewalk when there's like a little curb or a planter or something? You don't walk. You jump up and down. Yes. Okay. I see you get it. So let's take a moment in all this joy to center ourselves even deeper into this joy that is the Spirit. For there is within us this knowing that life is meant to be light and bright. That when we pause to remember this peaceful, this joyous, this beautiful truth of life, we are so much more able to navigate that which seems difficult, the things that tug on our heartstrings. We're so much more able to be present with those we love in their grief and in their joy. For the truth is, we are whole beings, and that work and play and love and sadness are all part of the whole expression that we are, part of the richness of life, part of the heart that we live from. And so let us be kind, let us be gentle, let us be playful with ourselves. Let us remember always that there is a light, there is a path, there is a companion, there is a way in which we show up the best. And when we don't seem to be able to find our way, let's remember to pause. Let's remember to reach out a hand. Let's remember to share with each other so that we might support each other. Let's remember to pause and play, to soothe that aching heart, to calm that chattering mind, to simply be still in life so that we might come forth again rested and renewed and joyful and ready for anything, open to all of it. For the power of life is always ours. Our purpose is always made clear. It's the person in front of you. It's the next step. It's what calls to your heart. It's the unfolding that is happening even as we speak. And I am grateful for the lights in this room, for the joy that is present, for the laughter that is right there under the surface, bursting forth. Grateful for this life as it continues to show and teach us how to be our best selves, how to love, how to live, how to laugh, how to play. For all is sacred, all is God, and it is good, and so it is. All right. Whee! Okay, so my first question, we have an affirmation first, then my first question. So inside your bulletin, we have an affirmation. And so that our friends online might also participate, I ask you to repeat after me. Today, I take a playful pause and affirm my joy. Today, I take a playful pause and affirm my joy. I am re-energized. And so it is. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're all taller than you were when you came in here. It's what laughing will do for you. It just perks you right up. All right, does anyone have a quick manifestation story, something that happened in your life that you can attribute to how you think differently now than before you came to Science Mind? Any answered prayer? Any showing up of things requested or dreamed of? Any easy answers you weren't expecting? Okay, I'll give you one. We have the same credit union Pat and I for the last 15 years or so, and she had it before that when she lived on the East Coast. It's not convenient. It's on the East Coast. They don't have branches. So we have to do, gymnastics to do things here at credit unions with a shared branch account and, all this stuff. And of course, we do most of our banking online, which is fine, but sometimes it's just a pain in the neck, And then, because we affirm abundance almost every night, it's just one of those things. If we're saying a toast to something, even if it's with glasses of water, it's to the abundance of life for us, for all our friends, expected and unexpected. And so she gets a letter from the bank, which, as you know, is not usually a good thing, unless it's your new debit card or something. Opens it up, and poof, they gave us $200 into our savings account for being loyal members. Yeah, see? See how that works? Okay, all right. There's your minute manifestation for the day. And we have invitations. Yes, Johnny. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you might see it all the time, and it's showing me how to bounce back, and not put myself down, and just keep going, moving forward, and just trust the process.
Awesome. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. All right. Do I have a board member that's doing invitations? Come on up. There you go.
Good morning. We have lots of opportunity to have fun here at Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. On Tuesday nights, we have line dancing, and they have a class that will fit your skill level. On Wednesday nights, we've got dark fusion belly dancing. And that's from 7 to 8:30, and really it sounds like a heck of a lot more fun than going to the gym.
Good point.
On Wednesday night, there is meditation at 5 o'clock, and at 5:30, there's Gateway. And coming up on the first Sunday, or Saturday of the month, is the drum circle, and that.
Yes. Oh no, that's coming up. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, never mind.
And also, don't forget to mention us on your social media, whether it's Facebook or whatever you do. It's very important to get the word out as to what a wonderful place Claremont Center for Spiritual Living is. And that's all.
All right, thank you. Yes, Susie, I know. Come on up. She didn't have it on her paper. I was going to let her finish first.
Good morning. So, you know that I'm in the Claremont Chorale, which is an organization we love to sing and make beautiful music. And we have a couple of fundraisers a year, and we have our second fundraiser coming up for this year, and that's called Hooray for Hollywood. So it's a lot of fun. It's all songs you're familiar with, and it's going to be on June 1st at 4 p.m. It's at the Claremont Presbyterian Church in Claremont on Mountain. The tickets are 10 for kids and 20 for adults. I do happen to have some with me. So please see me, please come. They do sell tickets at the door, and guaranteed you're going to have a wonderful time. Thank
Wonderful. Thank you. You know all the words to those Hollywood songs, right? Yes, that'd be a good time. I'm sure the chorale will need our help in singing along because we can. All right, do we have anything else?
I just want to say, when you said what brought you here,
Yes.
a boyfriend of mine, when I was about 20,
Mm-hmm.
and lived, believe it or not, in Hollywood when it was cheap to choose. And he took me to
Yes. Mm-hmm. One of founders, probably founders, yes. Wonderful. A long time ago, yes. What? Oh, here you are. Can't get away from us. Oh, thank you, Mickey. Yes. And one of the ways that we keep ourselves in business is your contributions, which I almost skipped altogether. But thank you, Mickey. So there's a basket in the back if you have a donation for us today. If you're online, there's a donate button. And you also have a little card with a phone number on it where you can set up text to give. So when you're on the road and you went, oh, darn, I forgot to go to the center this morning, you can text your donation right into our account, and that's just a lovely thing. What it does is it allows us to teach what we teach, to be present in the community the way in which we are, and to get the word out and to, help make the world a better place. So if you will, say our prosperity affirmation with me. You'll find it in your bulletin. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. All right, let's stand up, move to the edges, make a circle, and sing.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going.
Next song. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh my goodness. Can you all stand there while the Jacksons sing a song? Please do. Skip Eddie Watkins Jr. Let's just listen to the Jacksons. Yeah, you rock us out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, beach balls got me all excited. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, please.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing in the fun.
Oh,
It was
you're
good.
welcome. And don't forget, there's a donation jar up here for the Jacksons.
This is one of my favorite times of being here. Okay, is to take a moment and look out there and see all of you. You're all, well, you're the reason that we're doing this song. This is a song that we wrote a while back. And it's really about how others inspire us. So this song is really about you. And you. Especially you. Anyway, hope you like it. It's called There's a Song. Oh, you know what? If I do that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes. There's a song the birds can whistle, and a verse the wind will sing. There's a part for every one of us, don't have to bring a thing. You have passion, you can use it. You have dreams you can make real. You create the paradise you seek and see it all fulfilled. You inspire me with a smile that you are wearing and the kind words that you speak. And you have a gift of bringing something wonderful that no one else can give.
just like Emerson or Dylan, inspiration guides you to your path that leads you forward to discover how to use the many talents you've been given, and each one of us possess gifts that inspire others and will help bring out our best. You inspire me with a smile that you are wearing and the kind words that you speak, and you have a gift of bringing something
wonderful that no one else can give. We are all part of this masterpiece, creation's artful flow, and each color of the rainbow is reflected in our soul. Yet we may not have discovered all the light that we may shine. You must trust and let love guide you, and creation will align. You inspire me with the smile that you are wearing and the kind words that you speak. And you have a gift of bringing something wonderful that no one else can give. You inspire me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's better. Now it feels better, doesn't it? All right. So, Ed, are we ready for our closing song now? Do we have Eddie? Maybe? Or not? There it is.
The person next to you and say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together.